We're here with Zoe and her owner, Paula, and we're going to talk about Zoe's transformation. And Zoe's a 15-year-old dog, and I'll let Paula talk about what was going on with Zoe.
Well, over the years, from the time she started about 12 years old up until now, we noticed that there was a weakness that was starting in her back legs. And specifically on tile, as she was eating, we would notice her little legs would, kind of start to splay out a little bit. But it has continued to get worse up until like May. She was just was having a hard time getting up off our tile floor. So we are helping her up quite a bit. She at times would kind of panic, just because she couldn't get up off the floor and if we weren't around. But I went ahead and took her to our vet to see what was going on. I thought it was arthritis, and he actually did an x-ray and said it was spinal degeneration. And he said, well, she has a lot of life in her. We started her on some pain meds. She gets, I think, shots of glucosamine and maybe a steroid once a month. And then we also give her an anti-inflammatory. And about that time, you had a year ago sent me a little sample, but the dogs were doing so well then I didn't really notice anything and didn't continue with that. So I did give you a call and started her on the powder again. And I will say you had recommended morning and night, and the first time we gave it to her in the morning and the night, and she was so hyper. So you could already tell that there was this energy about her. So just for our own purposes, we stopped giving it to her in the evening because it was too much energy that we didn't know what to do with her in the evening. But anyway, I think we've gone through 3 bottles, we have people, our neighbor that isn't here all the time was just here last week and was just astounded by her transformation and her energy and her brightness in her face and just her coming out and greeting him. Our daughter, who does not see her on a regular basis, and her boyfriend were here recently. And after 3 months, I mean, they're just like, wow, what a huge difference from March. She just looked so much worse in March, but she just has this brightness in her face and this curiousness, and her energy level is good. She's getting herself up off the floor more often than not. She's even more willing to take a little walk around our small circle, so that's even an improvement. Another thing that I've noticed too that's been an improvement with her is just her ability to hold herself, those back legs holding herself up when she's going to the bathroom. She'd kind of stumble around or lose her balance, and I'm really not noticing that anymore. She's really, and I'll check in with my husband because he potties her too, I really see that as another improvement, that to me her legs seem to be getting stronger out there when she is going to the bathroom. So wanted to mention that as well. So let me just go back. I do want to talk about May, that things were looking kind of bleak around here. And, we were really trying to decide quality of life versus, how long is she going to live. And, our vet said to us, pay attention, when you have to get her up off the floor more than she's getting up, or when she can't hold herself up to go to the bathroom anymore. I mean, those are signs that, the end is coming. And she was doing not really great in June, July, and we had a trip planned to visit our son in Sarasota, in Shreveport, Louisiana, at the end of July. And I have to tell you, we were not planning on taking her. We were pretty sure we were going to have to say goodbye to her before the end of July. Things just did not look like they were going very well. And in fact, it was time to replenish her food supply, and my husband and I actually had to sit down and have a discussion about, well, do we go ahead and invest in another bag of food, knowing we just really felt in our hearts that she just wasn't going to be around here long enough to invest in another nice bag of food for her. And sure enough, she came along to Shreveport and did fine there, and now it is heading into the end of August, and it's time for another bag of food, and there's going to be no discussion. We're just getting another bag of food for her. She's doing so well. I also want to mention too how much I've noticed in the evenings she was having such a hard time to relax and just couldn't quiet down. And she'd be up and down and up and down and up and down and really bothering us, I think, because she just didn't feel good. And my husband and I have noticed over the last week, oh my gosh, she's actually sleeping at 7 o'clock at night, like to about 10 o'clock, very comfortably now. which would indicate to me that she's not in any pain or is not feeling uncomfortable. But anyway, our vet didn't think that she'd be around in October. We're headed to Cabo, and he didn't think it'd be a problem, that we don't have to worry about getting someone to take care of her, because he didn't think she'd be here. But I do think she's going to be here, and we are going to have to get somebody to come in now and take care of our dog. So anyway, I think she's doing great, and I have recommended it to several of my friends as well with older dogs. So anyway, that's it.
Thank you so much. And Zoe, thank you.
Miss Zoe.